Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Car Guy V8 here, and I'm happy to show off my new to me 1979 Oldsmobile Cutlass. And this car is the one that replaced my 1978 Camaro. I mentioned about a month ago or so, whenever I was going to sell that car, that I already had a replacement, and this was just sitting over on Clay's property in his backyard. It was his car. And I know many of you were attached to that second-gen Camaro, as was I, but it was at the point where anything else that I was going to do to it required a considerable chunk of change, and I was just no longer willing to spend money on it, and so it's time to start something new. So this is my Oldsmobile Cutlass 1979 model, still sitting on factory wheels, and it does have, a few rough patches here and there. We're going to build this on the channel, so we're going to see what we can do about that right there. I'm honestly probably going to pull the door panel off and hammer that out as best I can. I know it's not the right way, but I'll probably wind up using a little bit of Bondo just to get it looking presentable. That is, unless, of course, I find a really good condition door. But overall, the car is in pretty decent shape. And one of the reasons why this will make a great project is this was a bone stock car. It's a 260 V8 car, so it's a little 4.3 V8 making like 105 horsepower back in 79, which is abysmal. It certainly will not make that little with me at the wheel of this project, but this was a bone stock car. You can see it's even still got the AC sitting there, and it's got the full interior. I don't have the seats at the house. They are still at Clay's, but it's been sitting for several years, since I think 11. Yeah, so over 10 years. But door panels will clean up. The dash is still in pretty decent shape. Look, it's got a factory tack. It's got a speedometer. All your gauges there. I may see if I could get all of them to work. You can see the other door panel. It does have a little bit of floor rust. Luckily, let me stop messing with that. Y'all probably can't hear what I'm saying. But luckily, the driver's side is not really in that bad shape. I will have to do some cutting over on the passenger side. That is not the steering column for it. I'll have to get a steering column. Clay used this in one of his other Cutlasses that he has. He used this steering column. But as far as I know, that's the only thing that's been pulled out other than the drivetrain. Still has the factory window, or factory radio. Look at that. Very easy to operate manual windows. I love that. But this versus the Camaro, I know many of you really like that car, me included. This is a better starting point for a street strip car. Since it is all factory, still with factory wiring, full interior, I won't have to source those pieces. I can take out or put in as much as I want, because the curb weight of this car, even with a small block Chevy, is only like 3,400, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, depending on the options. But already you're starting about 300 or 400 pounds less than my old Camaro, which even with all its weight reduction, it probably was not under 3,300. And this car, I can have the full interior in this thing and still be at the weight my Camaro was or less, depending on what I pull out. I'm not fully sold on pulling these inner fenders yet. I may do that. I may run AC, I may not. There was a wasp nest in the engine bay. Get away from me. I hate those suckers. One stung me in the back of the head last week on July 4th weekend, or I guess 2 weeks ago now. But that's the car, guys. I'm going to clean it up real quick. I would open the trunk, but the key's inside. It's just got some interior parts, like it's got the rear bench. But I want to clean this thing up. It's got years of dirt and grime on the exterior of it. So let's clean this thing up real quick and see what we're working with, shall we? Me and Rhett, the guy that we painted my Fox body last year, we may look into replacing this vinyl top with a black vinyl top, because I actually do like the look of that. I got two potential names for this car. One of them is Grandma, because, look at it. It looks like Grandma's cruiser, but I assure y'all that's not what it's going to be when I'm done with it. And also the other one is the Gutless Cutlass. I'm not sure which name I like more yet, but I believe it's got a 241 ratio rear end. So it's got the stock rear end. It doesn't have a 9-inch in it like my old Camaro did. And I actually like that about this car more, that everything's stock, because I can do with this what I want to. It's a blank canvas right now that I can go whichever way I want. Fresh start, and it's got all its parts, other than the 260 engine and the turbo 350, but I wouldn't have used those anyway. It's going to be probably turbo 400 swapped with a small block Chevy, maybe one day LS, but we'll have to see how it does with the small block Chevy. So here it is, guys, after about 30 minutes or so of just washing it with a sponge. Cleans up pretty good. Some of you guys that are more experienced watching this, what do y'all think I should do about this stuff? Because as far as I know, none of the clear coat is actually peeling. Like, you can't feel anything. So I don't know, will that come out with a buffing wheel or what? I don't have much experience buffing stuff, so I just wanted to see, what do y'all think, guys? But here's the car. I'm excited to start on this thing. We're going to start on it probably within another video or two. I got a couple scheduled for the next couple weeks, maybe 3 weeks. But we're going to start on this thing soon. Oh, there's another wasp. I probably killed 5 of those suckers while I was cleaning it. You might have seen me go for the brake clean and the time lapse. But guys, there's the car. I'm excited to start on this thing, and thank y'all for watching this video.